Before I introduce the theme of the service, I would just like to read a few verses from the book of Isaiah. One of the few weeks that I looked through all the lessons from the lectionary, and actually I think it's good for us to hear all three this week. This is Isaiah 5, beginning at verse 1. I will sing for the one I love, a song about his vineyard. My loved one had a vineyard on a fertile hillside. He dug it up and he cleared it of stones, and he planted it with choicest vines. He built a watchtower in it, and he cut out a winepress as well. Then he looked for a crop of good grapes, but it yielded only bad fruit. Now, you dwellers in Jerusalem and people of Judah, judge between me and my vineyard. What more could have been done for my vineyard than I have done for it? When I looked for good grapes, why did it yield only bad? Now I will tell you what I am going to do with my vineyard. I will take away its hedge, it will be destroyed. I will break down its wall, and it will be trampled. I will make it a wasteland, neither pruned nor cultivated, and briars and thorns will grow there. I will command the clouds not to rain on it. The vineyard of the Lord Almighty is the house of Israel, and the people of Judah are the vines he delighted in. And he looked for justice, but saw bloodshed, for righteousness, but heard cries of distress. Amen. Not that long ago, I actually lived in Wycombe. I used to live down the road in Westgate Court. And I absolutely loved living there. It was a nice little flat. We had lovely gardens that I didn't have to tend. And it's strange, I've often been asked if I won the lottery, what would I do with the money? I wouldn't particularly want anything grand, but there is one thing in life that I would like. And especially where I live now in Bourne End. I have a house with a garden, and I would like a gardener. I am no gardener. Incidentally, I will never win the lottery because I don't do the lottery, so it's a totally immaterial question. I quite enjoyed looking out over my neighbour's garden, who I must say is very fastidious, and he and his wife keep it in very good order. And I do look with a slight amount of envy at that, but I'm sorry, I cannot move myself to go and do it. But of course, all gardeners can feel in good company, because one of the often used pictures of our God is as he is a gardener. And here we are in Isaiah, and in the Gospel, God is imagined as a gardener, planting vines in a vineyard, digging the ground, getting it all ready, planting it carefully, weeding it, watering, pruning the branches, and really caring for the vine. And they'll go to any lengths to make sure that their plants don't get things like green fly and blight and that sort of thing on them. But of course, when this gardener came in Isaiah to pick the crop of grapes, which he had grown so carefully, he finds they are not delicious and sweet, but bad and sour. And the lovely vineyard ends up all overgrown and wild. Well, like a gardener, God has looked for the good fruit of justice in his people, but he has only found bloodshed. He's looked for the good fruit of righteousness, and he found only the cries of those who are treated badly. What kind of fruit, I wonder, does God the gardener find in his church today? Or in our society? Does what he finds in this church and this world put a smile on his face? Or does he find it instead sour fruit, which makes him sad? We all know the kind of thing that delights God. He loves to find such fruits as love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, and self-control. He loves to see justice, mercy, right living, purity and honesty. May this garden grow with a bumper crop of such fruits that will gladden the heart of God and bring blessing and healing to our town. Amen.